Okay. All right. So I am going to give you guys a walkthrough of your course. I'm Miss Pendergrass, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. This is me on a Saturday at my house. There's dog number 1. And there's dog number 2. I think that's required now that you have an animal in your videos, right? Okay. Okay. Sometimes I get nervous that I didn't hit the right button, then I have to start all the way back over. Okay. So let's just get going. Whenever you click on, say maybe you start at your dashboard, right? And when you click on our class, Comp 2, then you'll land on this homepage. This homepage is created by Dean Square. She is the e-learning dean, and she gives you some good advice here, which is to start here on the modules page. All of these links take you to the same page. So let's just get started there. I'm just going to keep this extra one open. You'll see why, I'm sure. I'm not going to click through all of these things, just give you a little tip or two here and there. You do get Microsoft Office for free from the school. You can download it, I think, to 5 different computers or devices. I'm not sure. It's got PowerPoint and all that stuff in it, so go ahead and get it if you haven't already. BrainFuse Online Tutoring is located over here. I would click on it, but it takes me to the instructor version of BrainFuse, and you need the student version. But it's a place where you can draft your essay or whatever you're writing and send it into the online tutoring center. There's an actual person there, and they will look at the instructions that you provide them to, so that they know what the instructions were for the assignment, and then they will give you some feedback on how you can make your assignment better. And you can always contact me, of course. We also have a tutor, but we'll talk about that another day. So we'll just scroll down, you got all these things to look at. This is about your final exam. There are 2 ways to take it: smarter proctoring, which means you come to a testing center on the Scuba campus or the GT campus and take it in one of, on actual campus. Or if you'd rather take it from a location that's convenient to you, then you can use HonorLock, and you'll need your own computer. All this should say that in there, but you need a computer with a webcam and a microphone and speakers, or excuse me, coffee. And a dependable internet connection. Okay. And then here's your schedule for the final exam. We can just open that because, of course, you want to know when the final is, because that means you're done with the class. Just make sure my name is in this list. There's me. And so that you have to have your exam completed between those dates. So the exam should open on Sunday night, like Sunday, April 14th, and then it'll lock on Friday, April 19th. I don't know, around maybe at midnight, maybe at 5 o'clock. I don't know. It'll say it on the exam. All right. So let's just look at module 1. And I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to do some click next. I really promise I'm going to try to keep it short, but I want to give you a thorough overview, so to take some of maybe the apprehension out of the class, and to also, as you watch this video, help you understand that I'm a regular person, okay? So I asked you, I posted this last night, which was January 12th, Friday, January 12th. When I was building the class, I get really excited, so I like to go ahead and publish it. To submit a screenshot of an emoji or a GIF you dropped in Teams. So let's just look at Teams really quickly. Um, if you when you're on your PC or whatever, you can double click Teams and this dashboard will show up and you'll see any teams that your teachers are using for your course. You can click right here and that's our team. You can see that some of your classmates have already posted. They were up late last night like I was. Oh, let's just, hi, Tamara, and hi, Shelly. If I call you by a name and I didn't say it right, or you prefer to be called something else, please let me know. Because I want to call you what you want to be called. Oh, I don't know why I closed that out. Okay. So if you want to message me here, this is our kind of like a public page. Just this class sees it, but oh, Tamara, poor thing. And then look, let's see. You, I don't want to mess your name up, Yolanda. Um, Yolanda, I don't want you to feel that way. Hopefully, I can make you feel better. So anyway, if you want to message me here on this page, please at me. So if you put the at symbol and you start typing my name will come up for you. It won't come up for me. But if you want to private message me, use the chat button. If you don't at me when you're on the general post page, then I won't get a notification. I may not see it for a while. But if you chat me, you don't have to use the at, you don't have to at me there. Whenever you send me a chat, I'm immediately going to get it on my phone. And I get super excited when I have a question from you so that I can answer it because I want you to pass the course. And I'm going to do my 50% to get you through this course. And if you'll bring the other 50% together, that makes what? 100%. So we have a couple of students who've actually already done this assignment, so let's see what that looks like. I know it may seem a little repetitive that to turn in a screenshot of the emoji, but it really gives me it makes it easy for me to give you the grade rather than clicking through all those things because I'll put a little heart or whatever on yours or talk to you or something but then I'm gonna forget it because I'm standing in the grocery store or something like that. Let's see. And that's what it looks like. See? I can see that I have an emoji or a GIF right here. So there you go. See, hers is going to say you, right? Okay. I don't use Leo or Canvas email, so it's a boring story. I use Teams, so let's keep all of our communications in Microsoft Teams. And you can download Microsoft Teams for free on your phone, whatever device you want. I'll show you where it's at. You go to this page right here. Um, you'll probably click your Office 365, but I'm going to click mine. And you see Teams right there? You can click right there to get to it too if you'd rather not download it. But it's nice, if you want to keep this open while you're drafting, you could text me literally at any time. You might be up at midnight. I might not get the text till 6 o'clock the next morning. I'm going to respond to you as soon as possible. I might not respond till after my class is over. I get a little concerned that if you were up at midnight, you might not be up at 9 o'clock in the morning. So, but sometimes I'll go ahead and respond to you and I'll just assume that maybe you have your notifications off anyway. The short story of that is I don't like waking people up. That's enough about Teams. Close that out. Okay. And look, that's me talking all about that one assignment. So let's just kind of clip along a little faster here. Here's the plagiarism agreement. I'm here for you every step of the way. I love helping students. Do not cheat or plagiarize or use AI or go online and take stuff from the internet and rephrase it. I want to hear what you have to say about every single thing is in this Canvas course for an assignment. Okay. So if you use, if you sometimes we all, hey, look, we all get desperate sometimes. You get desperate, then you message me because I'm here to help you. Don't use AI because, anyway, just don't do it. If I give you a word count, please try not to go over the word count. I'm giving you the word count that I feel like I can handle for grading. All right. I'm trying to make it faster, y'all. This is an overview of poetry. This is one of your first things to look at. Not everything that's on your to-do list is something for you to actually do, but you will need this information for the overview of poetry assignment. Here's the overview of poetry assignment. See? You can copy paste this information into the text box, or if you want to do a document, you can do a file upload. Several assignments have you can choose a file upload, or you can copy paste stuff and answer questions in a text box, but not everything does. Now, Turnitin is going to flag that as plagiarism, but I do look at the plagiarism reports, and I'm not going to try to get you for Turnitin marking my own questions as plagiarism. Okay? I eventually put this on a page, and then I made a link for it. So you're going to see this in just a second, but it's in a page link instead of copy pasted at the bottom of every assignment. So honestly and truly, I am really interested in what you have to say. Even if I don't agree with it, even if I don't necessarily see it, because we've had different lives all the way up to this point. You know things that I don't know, seen things I've never seen before. So whenever you read poems and stories, you are going to bring your own perspective there. So you'll see things that I don't see. Lil Nas X. So I'm really like this song. My grandkids love this song, and the video is so cute. So here's some information for you to absorb, right? So absorb this information and make sure you have a grasp of the overview of poetry, and keep it open on another page if you want to. And then you're going to answer these questions below. Once again, you can copy paste this information into your document or into the text box and then answer those questions. Some questions everybody will have the same answer, right? Like those are, but like list 5 words that set the tone or mood of the song. Y'all, you should have different words, right? We should have a variety of words. Different people will answer this differently. Okay. So I want to hear what you have to say. There's not going to be a so-called right answer. There's only your answer based on what you think, as long as it's based on evidence in the song. A theme is basically a lesson about life, so I can give you that there. Remember, contact me in teams if you're struggling. And I know this is kind of feeling like a really long video right now anyway, but I'm not promising anything, but there should be a video discussion for each individual assignment. Now, if you're working ahead, you may get to it before I get to do the video. So, but you can still ask me questions. And you see that most assignments lock a week after they're due. So that gives you a week-long cushion. Explicating a poem, don't let that scare you. To explicate means to explain. And you're going to take this poem and turn it into your own language, your own everyday language that you understand. So you just do this one line at a time. You have several. You can pick a poem from any of these authors that is in Canvas. So the Dunbar poems are on this page. Langston Hughes has his own page, and Gwendolyn Brooks has her own page. So, like I said, there'll be a video for these assignments. I'm going to try. Here's that don't cheat page that I told you about. Then you have poetry essay requirements for the poetry analysis essay. This particular essay doesn't have any research with it. It's just you talking. You have to have the outline completed and graded with a grade of 99 before you do the outline. Now, this is not the outline. Okay. Okay, doggy. All right. So let's say you turn your outline in and maybe it makes a 50 or a 75 or something like that. I'm going to put comments on the side in the comments or maybe even on the outline itself, but you will be able to fix and redo your outline until it receives at least a 99. And a grade of 99 means that I did make comments on your outline. So go and check and see what those comments are. Okay. Let's see. Can't have over 30% quotes. This is your word count for that first essay. And then there's some more instructions that, it'll have its own video for more stuff. Okay. Now you stay still. Okay. These are topics. You don't do all this stuff. You go through here very carefully and you choose a topic. Now let's say, who have I got? Let's see who my people are. Abigail. So let's say Abigail wants to choose 3 poems and show how they have one theme in common. So Abigail's going to put her name right here, and she's going to put the poems that she's using along with it. That will help me. Now, make sure you screenshot when you put your name and your information on this topic list, make sure you screenshot it and send it to me in Teams because, you know, I've never had it happen before, but somebody might want to be funny sometime and erase your name off of here and put their name there because only 2 people can sign up for any topic. On number 7, these are all different topics right here. Okay? So, freedom in 3 different poems, the desire to love in 3 different poems, okay? And remember to tell me what your poem is. But you'll be able to edit this page and put your stuff on here. Oh, move around a little bit. Here's a Langston Hughes poem where you're going to get a little practice doing just kind of a mini essay. Look, a very miniature essay. Try not to go over the word count. I have a guide up here for how to cite and quote and cite lines of poetry in your paragraph. This is a great place to make mistakes. So here you've got some just basic questions to answer, and here you've got some little miniature paragraphs to write. You don't have to have an introduction or a conclusion for this. Allow yourself to do your own work because this is where you want to make errors so that we can get those errors fixed. Okay, before you get to the big paper or the big essay. Here's some Langston Hughes. Some more questions to answer. All right, we have an annotated bibliography, but don't let that scare you. You're going to go to EBSCO Discovery from the EMCC databases. You're going to pull 3 secondary sources and create a works cited page. Well, it's going to be called an annotated bibliography, but it's the beginning of an annotated bibliography, and it's going to have works cited information on it. And this walks you all the way through it. And then there's a video here that shows you how to do the hanging indent and all that, and how to format this works cited. Works Cited just has the entries on there that tell where you got the source from. And then an annotated bibliography goes a little further and explains what's actually in the source, but you'll see that in a moment. So you're going to pull 3 for that. And then you move on and do a little work with Gwendolyn Brooks. Now you have a project here. Don't let this word project scare you. Okay? If you're chewing on my wire, um, you have A, B, C, and D. Don't do all 4 of these. You just pick the one that you want to do and be thorough. Okay? About 150 words, somewhere around there is enough for you to show me that. All right, now stop. No, no, no. He's trying to chew my cord up. I'm going to move over here so I can protect my computer cord, y'all. Okay. Stop. So you only choose one of these assignments. Now, if you want to do some extra, because maybe you want to get a little more practice, or you want to make sure you get a really good grade on this assignment, you're welcome to pick more than one. Because, you can always do a little bit more, except for going way over the word count and giving me way too much stuff to grade. But you don't have to do more. Okay. Annotated bibliography, step 2 is to actually create this annotated bibliography. I'm just going to open this really quickly. Now, the example I'm about to show you has 3 entries. And remember, in step 1, you pulled 3 secondary sources from EBSCO Discovery. However, you're only going to use one of those. Back in the olden days, I knew this was going to, and that's my spelling error. But anyway, I had students do 3 of these, okay? But I just, for the purposes of this class and it being online, I really think just one entry is plenty. About 100 to 125 words. So even though the examples show 3, I only want you to do one entry like you'll see in this example right here. And then, go to the next thing. Got an outline. I don't take essays that don't have outlines, and the outline has to be graded before. You can't write the essay, turn it in, and say, oh, can I go back and do the outline? No, you got to do the outline first. This helps me make sure that you're on the right track before you go to the essay. And I tried to keep it trim. So just a working thesis. It doesn't have to be all tidy. I'll very likely come on here and give you some suggestions for your thesis statement and say, hey, maybe this could be your thesis, or, you could take my suggestion and play with it. Now, it says topic sentence 1 right here. I actually put a topic sentence here. Okay. The first conflict in this poem is, or one type of conflict in, whatever it is you're talking about. The symbolism in this poem shows, whatever. So make sure you have a topic sentence here, whatever literary device you're going to discuss in that paragraph, and then a quote or an example that shows that particular literary device in action. So don't just say, I'm going to talk about personification. So let me back up a little bit. Maybe you chose symbolism as your overall idea that you're going to study with these 3 poems, or whatever your topic was, right? Or the powerlessness of women, whatever. Now, even within that, so one way the powerlessness of women is shown, or the powerlessness of women is shown in this poem, then you'll also have a literary device. If you have symbolism, blah, 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 then you'll also have another literary device discussed here. Because I want you to play with the literary devices. So so you'll have a total of 3 different literary devices discussed within the poetry essay, and make sure that you don't just tell me there's some personification in this poem. Show it to me. Discuss it. And you'll have some example essays. I should put them right here too, because I don't want you to be all like nervous. So I kind of give you your poems as handouts. If you were in a classroom, you would have a hard copy. If you're around school book, come around and see me, and I'll be happy to print copies out for you. But anyways, there's a particular way to create a works cited page for handouts. This is the correct way to do it, but this is the way I want you to do it. And then there's your videos that show you how to create a works cited page for your poetry essay. And just a reminder here that you have to I have to see the outline first. Then once we get done with poetry, we move on to the overview of the short story. And it's basically some of the same stuff again. And a lot of the literary devices you use in poetry also apply to the short story. And then here's the short story assignment. Remember, you did that. You will have done that with the poems. Here's a cask of Amontillado or Amontillado. Forgive me. You choose one of the assignments below. Okay? Then you've got Hills Like White Elephants to read, and here's the story plain, and here's the story with my notes on it and some other stuff. I don't even remember what that is, but I must have put it in there for some good reason, right? The actual assignment that goes with the story is right here. So there's nothing to do here but read the story and kind of study up on it a little bit. Get back. I know what you're trying to do. Okay. Here's Desiree's Baby by Kate Chopin. Juicy little story there. All right, now here's your project. You choose one project. Don't do all 12. Ow, 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 you hurt me. Stop. Um, Choose one project and one story. You don't have to do all 12. Actually, sometimes you will do I might remember to fix that. Hold on, let's just fix it right now. It won't take but a second. Choose one project for this assignment because sometimes you need 2 stories. Silly me, making errors. Okay. So like these are 2 different men from 2 different stories. And so there's some cute little projects in here about this word count. Please don't go bonkers with so much word count. And set everything up as an MLA document. So then we get to the short story research essay. Now, this one you're analyzing, but you're also including some research. Once again, you do have to do the outline. I tried to give some pretty easy instructions on how to integrate quotes. It says articles, and that's mostly what you'll be using anyway. And then here's how to cite from poems and short stories. And then there's another setup for how to cite and quote from poems and short stories. You'll see in a second. These are your basic requirements. Here's an example research essay. I need to make sure that you have access to that poetry essay. And once again, here's so many topics for you to choose from. If you have a different topic, then let me know what it is and let's discuss it. Don't just put it on me. I need to see it first, and we need to talk about it. Now, like I said before, if Abigail chooses this topic right here, she needs to put Abigail and the work she's using, because I don't want everybody using the same work. So if you see your story that you really wanted to do and it's mentioned 10 times, don't use that story, maybe. But you'll also edit that page. Here's another story by Langston Hughes for you to read. And then once again, you see that assignment there. Then Seven People Dancing. Sweetness by Toni Morrison. The I don't know why there's not a link to the assignment in that last for Sweetness, but it's the same deal. You know, you're going to find the assignment for Sweetness right here. And I'll try to remember to fix my error. And if you see my errors or any errors in Canvas, please let me know and send me a screenshot of it, because I make mistakes and I want to fix those for you. Everything that you produce with the poem assignments and with the short story assignments, then you can reuse in the essays. That will not count as plagiarism. You won't have to go back and cite that, that assignment you did with this poem. Just use it. It's fine. Um So be careful when you're choosing your projects and when you're doing your assignments, so that you start thinking toward, okay, I'm going to start playing around with this idea because I'm interested in using this poem or this story for my essay. So once again, you only choose one project. And once again, I put one story. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. My one dog doesn't really like the puppy, so okay. Then you got to go and get some research, but you've done this before. Remember, you will have done this with the annotated bibliography. So you're going to find a couple of secondary sources. You're finding one for each of the authors, or maybe you've got some kind of topic that you're writing about in your essay. Could be the secondary source can be lots of things. This gives you some discussion there. Love you too. Um, you can only get your sources. This should say sources, but most of my students deal with articles, so that doesn't mean you can't use other sources. Um, but make sure you get everything from EBSCO Discovery. Everything. And this walks you through basically the same setup that you did for your annotated bibliography. And then you'll be setting up your works cited, and then you'll add that in with your works cited with the short story titles and authors, just like you did, will have done for the poems handouts. Here's some more setups for how to do in-text citations. Hopefully I don't have any errors there. So like there's a paragraph, a comma here. Should be a comma right there. So let's go ahead and fix that. Oop, there you go. But I make mistakes and I don't mind being called out on errors. I want everything to be consistent and correct, but I create all this stuff myself, sometimes with a little help from the internet, but I don't just pull stuff that's already been built. I try to make it myself so I can make it personalized for my EMCC students. Okay. Tooting my own little horn there. Here are some very basic examples, just like what it says from, and of course, it says articles again because, most students are using articles, which are the same thing as newspaper articles, magazine articles, academic journals. They're all the same. It might be a little bit different for a textbook or something like, or I mean, a book if you're using that, a painting, a photograph, or something like that if you're using that as a secondary source. Just let me know and I'll help you figure out how to get it integrated and cited properly in your essay. But this is a guide. Get off of my computer. Okay. Got to do the outline. If you don't do the outline, I'm not taking the essay. Whenever you remember when I talked about the poetry essay, so you can put your literary device here that you're going to talk about in this body paragraph. This is copy pasting from the story. You don't have to do anything else but copy paste that line. Same thing in the poetry essay. Make sure you put a page number, paragraph number, whatever's provided in that story. And then this is also copy pasting. And make sure you put the author's name. If you don't have an author's name, put an article title. Because some articles, or whatever your secondary source is, they don't have authors associated with them. I'm not sure why, but they're just anonymous for some reason. So once again, you might be talking about conflict in this whole essay. But here it might be, okay, well, symbolism helps show the conflict. Irony helps show the conflict and some other thing. Imagery helps show the conflict. Metaphor, simile, whatever you're most comfortable talking about. Okay, no, I can't play right now. I'll play with you in a minute. Gracious. Anyways, we're almost done with this. Next. All right, so I try to make sure everything's linked up here, and I'll go back and look again at the poetry essay and try to make sure that you have link ups here so that you're not having to hunt for things if you need it. But once again, and I don't know if I can say this enough times, make sure that if you start struggling that you do get in touch with me. And then the last thing is the final exam. I have not created the final exam yet. So the final exam can have any and all of this stuff on it. It should basically be multiple choice. If for some reason I decide to put some short answer, like some little responses on there, I will let you know way before the final exam. Get off of me. He's biting me, y'all. Um, right now I'm pretty settled on it just being a multiple choice exam. Now, let me tell you something. Quit. Ow. I don't like long 80 question final exams. 25 questions is pretty much my maximum on a multiple choice exam. So if you were hoping for a 50 or 100 question final, is wrong place. Okay. I think that's enough. So I know you know now to get in touch with me if you need some help. Bye.